So the markets were down big today. Why was that? Coronavirus risk is finally starting to be realized. So companies aren't really producing as much as they were in China. A lot of factories are closed. People aren't selling to the Chinese market. And now that virus that's causing all of this is spreading to Italy, to Iran, to South Korea. And we're getting very interesting data out of these countries. So Iran had 12 deaths on 47 confirmed cases. South Korea had 8 deaths on 800 confirmed cases. And Italy, I believe, had 6 deaths on 226 confirmed cases. So we can see there's a very clear correlation in death to recovery ratio and, well, death to recovery and health care system ratio, as Iran has, I would assume, pretty bad healthcare and a very high death to recovery ratio of 1 to 4. And South Korea, which I would assume has very good healthcare, albeit it takes a couple of days for this disease to kick in and really cause a death. But their ratio is 1 to 100. So, you know, in the U.S., we've got a pretty good healthcare system. They were just saying that some more cases were going to be added, but we're going to maybe make a second video after that data comes out and we can digest that and everything. But yeah, so coronavirus is spreading to, you know, people are starting to realize that risk. That has led me to be set to continue saying, not really a time to buy. Obviously, the time I thought to buy, if you go back, if you've been watching my videos, when I thought to buy, it was when we went from 1,600 to 400 cases in Wuhan, the center county or center state of China. So that is seemingly low. So China has seemingly gotten under control, but there is an additional risk of a second wave. So why is there an additional risk of a second wave? So China has been on lockdown. You know, they've suffered a lot GDP-wise. That's what's being finally realized by the market. And they can't do that anymore. Like, they're like, we're not going to do this. It doesn't have a high enough death to recovery ratio for it to be a serious concern. It's just like any other kind of sickness. More like a flu, like not a good sickness. Like, it's, if you get it, you're going to be in bed in a hospital for like 2 weeks or whatever. But you're most likely not going to die unless you're susceptible to death from illness, which a lot of old people are, and that's why it's disproportionately killing old people compared to, you know, whatever. That's how body and disease works. If we get CRISPR, things are going to change. So what do you do now? If it's not too late to sell, you know, we're going to be going down. We already know PE multiples are too high. We're seeing it in tech. Tech PE multiples 20 to 35, like on companies that are massive cruise ships that can't be moved so easily. You know, it's just too much optimism. It's just too much. It's just too much buying. And I'm sorry. It's too much buying. Not enough selling. You know, not enough people wanted to sell. They were up too much. And we're still on a long-term bull market. I don't want to discount the long-term bull market at all. You know, you're just going into cash for the next month or so, maybe. I mean, the thing is, nobody knows. I don't know. I don't fucking know how long it's going to be. Could be a week or two. You know, but that's why we got to be in cash. We're just going on the sidelines right now. Could be a week or two. Or it could be like 3 months. Now, it's not going to be over a year. So that's the cap. So we have virus, you know, remedies. We have vaccines and all that stuff already developed. We have very advanced gene sequencing techniques. And we've just had the cure. We just need to put it through human trials. And human trials take a very long time because you're not going to give someone a vaccine that can have some sort of side effect that you don't know about for a year, you know? Think about cigarettes. People were smoking cigarettes Then we found out there's lung cancer. So you didn't find that out the first day. So yeah, we gotta wait a year. So that's the range. We don't know. Just have cash on the sidelines. Maybe buy some bonds. So I'm helping some people manage some portfolios. And if you want some help with that, let me know. If you've got a couple thousand at least to invest, we can take this more full time. And I'm thinking some Wyoming and Idaho bonds. Wyoming is a very good debt situation. I believe they're last in the country in terms of debt, and like 46th in debt per capita PE ratio, or ratio. Idaho slightly worse debt to capita per capita. I believe it's like 29, but like 46 in total debt. Just two good countries that are very attractive for people to go to if there is any sort of long-term risk. Mountainous, nice, dope. No state income tax in Wyoming, but land is pretty expensive, especially in the Jackson region. So high potential to sell government land and pay any sort of debt crisis that they're not going to have. So just park some cash into that. And yeah, we'll be back soon in the markets. Now we're just going to kind of be watching it, and opportunities are going to start presenting themselves. If you made it to this video, if you want to follow my strategy this much, it's a golden era. And this is when we find our shit. So Virgin Galactic is, obviously still the shit. That's an asset that's going to be around. I think that's why people are continuing to buy it, because that's, it's space. It's going to be around no matter what happens. So I think that could fall a little bit, but it obviously won't go away. It could fall like 30%. And then we buy that back at a lower level. I'm not buying it right now. It's like 7 billion market cap. Not going to be making money for a little bit. Obviously, it's really a decision on your valuation. I think it's going to be way over 7 billion. But I just think it's going to go down from here, and I just feel like it's, proper portfolio management to either sell it right here and buy it back, or just not buy it and buy it in a couple weeks. So yeah, that's today's video. If you got any questions, DM me. If you want some full-time portfolio management, DM me. And yeah, all right, peace.